Yo, what's up, guys? It's King Sean here, and it is officially draft week, man. I'm super excited for the draft in 3 days. I know we're gonna have to wait until 11:30 or around that time to wait for the 29th overall pick to be announced, the Commanders pick. But I'm just excited for the draft, man, and I'm excited to see, some of the surprising players that go in the first round because there will be some surprises during night one of the NFL draft. But in today's video, I want to talk about some guys that are realistic options for the Commanders at 29 overall. And I will be coming out with my final mock draft tomorrow, so make sure y'all stay tuned for that. You won't want to miss it. But before we get into today's video, make sure y'all leave a like down below, subscribe if you're not already subbed up, and turn on notifications. And with that out of the way, let's get straight into today's video. Alright, so I want to focus on 5 guys in today's video, but before we get into those guys, I want to just give some honorable mentions that we could consider if they are there at 29. Starting off, cornerback Trey Amos or Trey Amos out of Ole Miss. I'm a big fan of Trey Amos. He is my cornerback 4 on my cornerback rankings. He's really sticky in man coverage. Does a nice job of sticking to the hips of his receiver, has good instincts in zone coverage, and he's very physical and aggressive. He also has nice length as well and overall pretty solid size. So I'm a fan of Trey Amos. We need a cornerback, and if we want to take a cornerback at 29, Amos may be an option. So again, Trey Amos, I'm a big fan of him. He may be a guy we decide to take at 29 if he's available. Next up, Ohio State running back Trey Henderson. He's been getting so much buzz all offseason long, especially this past month or so. And there's a chance he goes in the first round. Or not even chance, but like a lot of people think he will go in the first round. A lot of people would be shocked if he didn't go in the first round at this point. Like Benjamin Albright, he said that he would be surprised if Henderson didn't go in the first round, right? So, hey man, he might not even be at our pick at 29. Like, I could definitely see a team like the Broncos, if Omar and Hampton isn't there at their pick, I could definitely see them taking Trey Henderson because he's a really good running back, man. He has home run hitting ability. He can take it to the house from any point on the field or anywhere from the backfield, man. He's a really good receiving threat. He's a very physical blocker, one of the best pass protectors in this draft class at the running back position. So this is a guy who does have third or 3 down back ability, right? But he may start off as just a 3rd down back, a change of pace back, and once he develops some more and more in the NFL, he may become an every down back, right? But Trey Henderson, he may be a guy that if he's there, we may consider taking. And the last guy I want to talk about before moving on to the 5 guys I mainly want to focus on, edge rusher Mike Green out of Marshall. This is a guy who had tremendous production at Marshall this past season. He had 17.5 sacks at Marshall this past season. Really good pass rusher, and I honestly feel like he's an underrated run defender as well. The biggest thing with Mike Green are his off-the-field concerns. He has 2 sexual assault allegations, one from high school and one from his time at Virginia, I'm pretty sure. And he was dismissed from the University of Virginia and then transferred to Marshall, right? So those are some pretty serious, concerns about him off the field. I don't think he'll slide enough to 29. Like, I don't think he'll fall all the way down into the late 20s, which is where we picked 29, right? So if he's there, though, and we are interested in him, according to John Keim, and maybe we aren't as high on him due to the concerns, the off-the-field concerns, but if he's there at 29, I would not be surprised if we decided to take him. First guy up I want to talk about is edge rusher Donovan Ezaraku out of Boston College. I've talked about Donovan Ezaraku numerous times on my channel this offseason. He's an absolute dog, man. I absolutely love him. He is a pass rush specialist. Like, he is so good at getting to the quarterback. I mean, his production spoke for itself last season at Boston College and throughout his collegiate career. Had 16.5 sacks this past season, which is just absurd. He was just so good. He has a pass rush arsenal. So many different ways he can get to the quarterback. Has tremendous bend. Isn't the biggest guy, 6'2", 248, but he does have long arms, which benefits him a whole lot. And I don't think he's a bad run defender. He's not the best run defender in this class. I will probably give that title to Mikael Williams, who is really good at defending the run. But he's not bad as a run defender at all, and he can get better once he gets in the NFL. But you draft Donovan Ezaraku at 29. He instantly comes in and becomes your best defensive end when it comes to getting to the quarterback. So Donovan Ezaraku, man, I absolutely love him. And the closer we get to the draft, the more unsure I am that he's going to be there at 29. I can see a team like the Lions or the Ravens who pick directly in front of us taking him because they both need pass rushers, right? So I'm not sure how likely it is that Donovan Ezaraku will be there. Definitely more likely than a lot of other guys, but could definitely see a team pick him that's ahead of us, right? But if he's there at 29, don't be surprised at all if he's the pick because he is an absolute dog. Next up, I have Missouri receiver Luther Burden III. This is a guy that is so good, and so many people have gotten prospect fatigue over him, in my opinion. I don't see what's wrong with him. Like, I just don't see why people have gotten so much prospect fatigue over him. Like, he's just so good. He's got good speed. He's super twitchy, shifty, has really good yards after catch, run after catch ability, right? He can be used in a variety of ways. I know a lot of people comp him to Debo, but I think he could be more than Debo. Although he has a limited route tree, that's not all his fault because of the way Missouri used him, especially this past season. They used him on a lot of, plays out of the backfield, screen passes, quick passes, right? So his route tree, is a little underdeveloped. However, he is a really good route runner in my opinion, although his route tree is underdeveloped. So if you can expand his route tree, imagine how deadly he can become, along with his usage out of the backfield, on screens, on reverses, all that type of trickery, all those types of plays, right? So Luther Burden could be absolutely dangerous in the league if his role is expanded and if he goes to the right team. And I feel like if he was drafted at 29, I mean, just adding another weapon for Jaden, then you'd have Terry, Debo, and Luther Burden, man. That is a heck of a trio. And just imagine the things Luther Burden will be able to do with Jaden Daniels as his quarterback, man. And I'm pretty sure they already have a connection with each other. Pretty sure they're friends. So, man, I mean, that duo would just be absolutely deadly. And just getting, receiver 2 across from Terry. Maybe Debo balls this season and we decide to resign him, but the likelihood is probably just a 1-year deal. Debo's gone the next year, right? So you would like to bring in another receiver in this draft if you have the opportunity to, and if Luther Burden is there at 29, I personally would take him, and I do have a good feeling that they will consider taking him if he's there at 29 as well. Next up, we have cornerback Maxwell Harstinson out of Kentucky. Now, Harstinson is actually a guy that I look at as more of a round 2 cornerback, but a lot of people look at him as a late round 1 cornerback, and we brought him in on a top 30 visit. We seem to be very interested in him. Even John Keim said it in his article a couple of days ago, so I could definitely see us targeting him at pick 29, and he's super fast. He ran a 4.28 at the combine, the fastest 40 ran at the combine out of any player, so super explosive and fast, has great burst. He has excellent ball skills, 5 interceptions back in 2023, so he was really good at taking the ball away. He does a good job of reading the QB's eyes in zone coverage, very fast when driving on the ball. He plays it very well, and he's never getting beat deep because of his speed, and he also has really good change of direction, so has good fluidity, super fast, great ball production, very good in zone coverage, really good at, reading the QB's eyes. He's got a lot of good traits. The main concern with Maxwell Harstinson for me and for a lot of people is his size. He's 5'11", 183 pounds, so he's not the biggest guy, and he's not an amazing tackler because of that. So he's not the most physical dude, and that's mainly due in part to his size and a little bit of his play strength, right? So if he can just get, his play strength up a little bit more, maybe add on a few pounds, get stronger, then I feel like he may become a really good cornerback in the NFL, because that's honestly the main thing that's weighing him down. his size, his play strength, right? His inability to be an effective tackler, right? So I feel like if he gets his strength up, he could be a really, really good cornerback because he has really good speed, good instincts, has great ball skills, right? So he has all those tools. If he pieces them together, he can become a really good cornerback in the NFL. And I see why we are interested in him. And I could definitely see him being the pick at 29, which is why I have him listed on here. Next up, we have Oregon offensive tackle Josh Conerly Jr. This is a guy that we've shown interest in all offseason long. We brought him in on a top 30 visit, and I'm pretty sure we met with him at the combine as well. So this is a guy who has started at left tackle at Oregon over the past 2 seasons and has been very solid for them. I mean, over the past 2 years, he's allowed a total of 2 sacks, one in 2024, one in 2023. He's a really good pass blocker. He's got good physical and athletic tools as well. 6'5", 311 pounds, 33.5-inch arms, 10 and 3/8-inch hands. He has the size to be a really good tackle in the league. He also has the athleticism as well. 1.71, 10-yard split, and you see that quickness on tape as well. He's a really good mover. So this is a guy that, hey man, I know Brandon Coleman, we're trying him out at right tackle, but I would not be opposed to drafting Conerly because although he did start at left tackle at Oregon over, his entire collegiate career there, right, over the past 2 seasons, he can play at right tackle as well, right? So you could draft him, have him as your right tackle, obviously Laramie Tunsil your left tackle, and you kick Brandon Coleman inside to left guard because I think Coleman could be a really, really good left guard, potentially a star left guard. He could be a solid right tackle, but I think his fullest potential can be reached at left guard, right? But if we draft Conerly, that means he will probably be our starting right tackle, and then you move Coleman to left guard. Our O-line will look like Tunsil at left tackle, Coleman at left guard, Biotish at center, Cosme at right guard. Not sure when he'll come back, but he'll be at right guard when he does. And then right tackle Josh Conerly Jr., that's a really good starting O-line in my opinion, man. So, hey, man, if Josh Conerly Jr. is there at 29, do not be surprised if the Commanders decide to take him because you can never have enough protection for your franchise quarterback in Jaden Daniels. And then last guy up here is edge rusher Nick Scorpon out of Texas A&M. John Keim, in his article a couple days ago, did link us to Nick Scorpon. He said that we do have some interest in the Texas A&M edge rusher, and I like Nick Scorpon. I think he's pretty solid. I view him as a round 2 edge rusher, but I could see him sneaking up into late round 1, and I could definitely see us taking him. He's really good in the run-stopping game. He's a very good run defender, and that was kind of required. Like, if you weren't a good run defender at Texas A&M, I mean, what were you doing, right? Because he was a big dude last year at Texas A&M. He weighed, I want to say, around 280 pounds, but he did cut down, and he weighed in at 257 pounds at the combine, standing at 6'3", has 33-inch arms and 10-inch hands. So he has very solid size, and I feel like with him cutting down, he could be more explosive in the NFL. So that's a good thing because when you watch his tape, he's not the most explosive guy, but again, I feel like that's because he weighed in at 280 pounds at Texas A&M, right? So with him cutting down his weight, he could definitely become more and more explosive. I think he has a very nice spin move. He's more quick than fast, and he has really good vision in the backfield. He does not have the greatest bend, and I do feel like he does need to develop some more pass rush moves. He's not like Shamar Stewart where he just has none. Like, I do think he has more pass rush moves than Stewart. He did show some production at Purdue back in 2023. He had 10 sacks then, only 5 this past season at Texas A&M, but he has shown that he can get to the quarterback and can get sacks, unlike Shamar Stewart. So I'm very interested in Nick Scorpon at number 29 overall, and I feel like he's a guy that the Commanders may consider picking at 29. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Comment down below your thoughts on any of the guys I talked about in today's video, and comment down below some other players you think will be options at 29 for the Washington Commanders. And Other than that, it's been King Sean, and I'm out. Peace.